Welcome back to Twilight Imperium 4th edition. We are starting round 4. Yeah, and things are getting a little bit ugly as we have lots of build-up happening on the board. So the first thing we're going to do, of course, is the strategy phase, where our races pick strategy cards. The Sardakk insect race, bug race, is the speaker. They're going to get first choice. Sardakk second. Federation of Soul, us, third choice. So we're going to come right back and see which of the races have chosen which of the strategy cards. So we're going to come right back and see that. All right, all of the races have chosen their strategy cards. We have the Sardakk Noir taking leadership and warfare. Ooh, that's not good. We have Federation of Soul. We took diplomacy, which had 3 trade goods on it. So we got the 3 trade goods. And we also took construction. And the Sardakk took politics. It had a trade good on it, and they took technology. So trade and the Imperial card were not chosen this time. They each get a trade good on it for next time. Okay, so turn order this time is going to be the Sardakk go first, Sardakk first, Federation of Soul second, and Sardakk third. So let's get into the action phase. And we're going to start off with the Sardakk. And the Sardakk are up first, and they're going to take a tactical action. So there they have the tactical command token they're going to take out of there. They're going to activate a system, so let's go to the board and see what they're going to do. Okay, so the Sardakk are going to activate a system, and they are activating this one, which means war. Yeah, we're going to have a dust-up happening here for sure. So now they get to move units. So it's going to be movement time. So they're going to move units in here. They're going to move in a carrier. They're going to move in the 2 fighters. Now they have a capacity of 4. And they're going to take in 2 ground forces as well on that carrier. So I guess I will do it this way. I'm going to need a token for them as I reach over there. So they're coming in with 2 fighters, carrier, 2 ground forces. They are also going to bring in their cruiser. They are also bringing in their dreadnought into the system. And I think that's all they're going to bring in. So we're going to have our first galactic battle going on. And we're going to be doing a bunch of dice rolling. So I'm going to zoom out a bit. It's a simultaneous combat. So what's going to happen is the attacker will roll his dice, defender rolls dice, and then we just remove hits. So let me see if I can get organized here, and we're going to have our first battle. Okay, I'm going to have to be cutting the camera and rolling and such because I want to get this right. So I'm going to use 2 little red dice to signify the number of hits for the attacker, which is the Sardakk, and we're going to use 2 white dice for the number of hits that we get as the Federation of Soul, as the defender. So in the system right now, they have a carrier and 2 fighters, and they hit for the Sardakk because they have that +1 innate ability for fighting on an 8+. So they're going to roll 3 10-sided dice to signify the carrier, 2 fighters. They hit on an 8+. And they get 1 hit. So just keeping track of the dice. I'll put this in the nebula right here. So they get 1 hit assigned between the carrier and the fighters. Now their cruiser hits on, let me see here. The cruiser hits on a, where is it? On a 6+. So they're going to roll 1 die for the cruiser. It only has 1 attack die. They roll a 5, so the cruiser misses. The dreadnought, their dreadnought hits on a 4+. And that's a 9. So the dreadnought also hits, and it only has 1 attack die for their dreadnought. Where is that? Well, let's see. Yes, only 1 attack die. So that's just a total of 2 hits against the Federation of Soul. Now, the Federation of Soul is going to be rolling in defense. They get to roll all of their stuff. Now, we've got 2 fighters for Federation of Soul hitting on a 9+. So here's our defense roll. We roll a 7 and a 2, which is both misses for our fighters. And our carrier, which is our souped up carrier, it also only hits on a 9+. and so we roll a 6, so we get no hits at all. So 2 hits for the attacker and none for us. Now we are going to play as Federation of Soul. We're going to play an action card called Shields Holding. Before you assign hits to your ships during a space combat, cancel up to 2 hits. All right. So those 2 hits are going to be canceled. But the Sardakk say not so fast, because they're playing their action card, Sabotage. When another player plays an action card other than Sabotage, cancel that action card. So they've canceled our Shields Holding. Ouch. That was not nice, but that's what the bug people are like. So we have to assign 2 damage to our units. We can assign 1 to our carrier and 1 to our fighter, because our carriers are super carriers. They have the sustain damage ability. So we'd flip it upside down and destroy 1 fighter, and that concludes that round. However, the Sardakk are not finished with us yet, because they're playing direct hit. After another player's ship uses sustained damage, to cancel a hit produced by your units, destroy that ship. Damn it! So we have to destroy our carrier, not just have it be damaged. Wow, they are pasting us. All right, that was the first round of combat. And we're going to now get into the second round. All right, so we're on to the next round of combat. And how it works, of course, is we have anti-fighter barrage right at the beginning. Nobody had destroyer, so we just skipped that. Now we have announce retreat, which we could have done in the first as well. But neither side is going to announce retreat. We still have 1 little measly fighter there. So up we go again to the Sardakk attacking us. Again, their carrier and 2 fighters hit on 8+. They get a 10, so that's 1 hit. That's enough to destroy our fighter. Their cruiser hits on a 7. They roll a 4, so they miss, and their dreadnought hits on a 4+, rolling a 1. So they did just enough to hit us, but we do get to fight back with our fighter. So 1 die. We hit on a 9+. Come on, let's get a hit. A 7. We do absolutely nothing. We have to take the 1 damage hit. Our fighter, our final defense in the skies anyway, above our planet, is destroyed. And now we're going to move into, wow, this is brutal. Now we're moving into, let's take a look here if this will focus. So this is the space combat we have finished. Now we're into the invasion process. So they can do bombardment. Wow, they do have a dreadnought. They can bombard our planet first. And they are going to do it. And on a bombardment, they get to roll 2 dice for the dreadnought. I'm just going to zoom in, show you that on their card, and then we're going to come back and do the bombardment. All right, this is an extreme long-range zoom in, but if we look at their dreadnought here, it actually has this little indicator here that says bombardment 4, which means they have to roll a 4+ times 2, which means 2 dice. And that's what they're going to have for bombarding our ground troops. So they're going to roll 2 dice, 4+. Let's go roll them up. Wow, Federation of Soul is getting pounded. So this dreadnought is going to bombard that planet with, so 2 dice hitting on 4+, gets a 7 and a 4. Wow. So they basically take both of our ground forces and squish them right off the planet. They bombarded the planet completely. We have no space cannons, of course, to attack any incoming troops. And they basically just pound the living daylights out of our ground forces. And now they can land their 2 ground forces on the planet. So they have just now taken over Quann from Federation of Soul. So we're going to lose that planet card. They are going to gain that planet card face down into their tableau. Damn it. All right, well, the planet Quann here has just been taken over by the bug people, the Sardakk, so they're going to steal it from us. It's going to go over to their area face down. And as you can see, they're running out of space to put all the planets they're conquering. So I'll kind of put it sideways right here, indicating that it's their planet. Wow, I might have to double up some of these cards or something. So that is now their planet they just scooped from us, Federation of Soul. And that was their first action for this round. Wow, that was unpleasant. It is now Federation of Souls' turn, so we can take an action, and we might need to retaliate. All right, well, the Sardakk Noir drew first blood. We're going to retaliate. Federation of Soul, we're going to spend a token from our tactical area. Let's go activate a system on the board. I wonder which one it will be. All right, well, we're going to come right back. Now, there's a token in here, but it's a Sardakk. We don't have a token in here yet. We are also now going to activate this system. We're going to come back in here. I think we're going to get ourselves a little revenge. Now, our carriers can move 2 because we have the souped up versions. And I think we're going to take the 2 ground forces here on our home world. You can't quite see it right here with this carrier, and we're going to move in here. So we've got 2 ground forces on that carrier. I might have to put stuff in this area just to kind of keep it all together. We are also going to move in our dreadnought, of course. We are going to move in this carrier. Actually, while that carrier went through the system, it's going to pick up our 4 fighters. So we've got 4 fighters, and I think we're going to move in. Oh man, I don't want to leave my systems too open. Let's just go all in. We're going to take this carrier in, and this carrier is going to bring, how many ground forces do I have? 3 ground forces. So we're going to come in here with 5 ground forces, 4 fighters, 2 carriers, a dreadnought, 2 more ground forces here, leaving this planet. Actually, we're not going to bring that in. Sorry about this. Okay, we're going to bring in 4 ground forces, 4 fighters, 2 carriers, a dreadnought. We're going to leave our cruiser here as kind of defense in case the plant people see an opening and want to take over something of ours. All right, I'm going to get the dice tray out. Have to take a look at the stats again, and then we're going to roll up another battle. All right, this time we are the aggressor, so we're going to be using the red dice for hits, and the white will be Sardakk Noir for defense. All right, what do we have here? We have 4 fighters and 2 carriers. Our fighters hit on a 9+, and so does our advanced carrier. So we basically have 6 dice that we're going to be rolling. 3, 6 that hit on a 9+ for our fighters and for our carriers. So let's see if we can get some hits. And we get a 4, a 3, a 2, a 5, a 2, and a 1, which equates to the grand total of not 1 hit. Damn it! Okay, this might not be good. Oh, and we had to announce retreats before we started rolling dice, and neither side did anything for retreat. So we do have a dreadnought here, which is going to hit on a 5+. We don't have quite as good fighting power as the Sardakk. Come on, let's at least get 1 hit. We get a 6, which means we do at least get 1 hit. Damn it. Now for the defender, once again, they have 2 fighters and 1 carrier, and they hit on 8+. They roll 2 7s and a 1, so there's no hits there. Their cruiser hits once again on a 6+. Wow, it rolls a 5, misses, and their dreadnoughts hit on a 4. So they roll a 2. They didn't get 1 hit at all. And they now have to decide how to apply the 1 hit that we gave them. And they are going to use sustained damage on the dreadnought. So they have a damaged dreadnought. Now we're going to go into the next round of battle here in a second. All right, into the next round of battle, and neither side is going to declare a retreat. Forget that. And now we make combat rolls. So once again, we are the aggressor. We're going to be rolling 6 dice. We hit on a 9+. Come on. And this time we get 1 9. Okay, that's 1 hit, so that takes care of all of our fighters and our carriers. And now, what else do we have left? And of course, then we have our dreadnought, which hits on a 5+. Come on, rolls a 5. So we get another hit. This time we get 2 hits. All right, defenders, they have 3, hitting at 8+. And they get an 8, 9, and an 8. You have got to be kidding me. Wow, that is 3 hits against us. Damn it! Okay, this is not looking good. They have a cruiser that hits on a 6+, rolls a 7. Oh my god, they are pounding us. I thought we were doing good. Doesn't look that way. And a dreadnought that hits on a 4+, they roll an 8. Wow, every single unit of theirs hit this time. And now it is time to apply the pain. Holy crap. This is not fantastic. Well, they have to take 2 hits, and they are going to lose their 2 fighters. All right, they lose their 2 fighters. That's something. Now we have to take 5 hits. We're going to sustain damage with the dreadnought and our 2 carriers. So that's 3 hits, and we'll lose 2 of our 4 fighters. Okay, wow, that didn't go quite the way I wanted it to. So, we still have 2 fighters. I think, well, we have to think about it. I think we're going to do another round of combat. So, we just keep going. Is anybody going to announce retreats? I don't think we are going to announce a retreat. And neither are they. We're just going to get right into it. So we're going to come right back. We're going to start rolling dice again. All right, we are up first. This time we have 2 carriers and only 2 fighters. So we're going to be rolling 4 dice, hitting on a 9+. Come on. And we get a 10, which is 1 hit. Okay, 1 hit. Damn it. And we have our dreadnought hitting on a 5+. We really need this hit. We really need it. We get a 5 right on. So we do 2 hits to the Sardakk Noir. They, of course, retaliate immediately. They have a carrier hitting on an 8, and they get a 10. Of course they get a 10. Why would they not hit us? Damn it! 1. Told you these bug guys are nasty when it comes to fighting. Their cruiser going to hit on a 6+. Rolls a 9. Of course they roll a 9. Wow, these guys are not fun to tangle with. And the dreadnought hitting on a 4. Come on, miss. A 3. Their damaged dreadnought not able to hit us. So it's 2 hits for 2 hits. Well, obviously we're just going to dump the 2 fighters. So we lose 2 fighters. They have to take 2 hits though. They're going to lose the carrier and they're going to lose the cruiser. All right, we're still alive. Going into another round of combat. And we're not going to retreat, and the Sardakk are not going to retreat. All right, we are attacking. This time we only have 2 carriers hitting on a 9+, rolling 2 dice. Come on, we just need 1 hit. Take out. We get a 6 and a 1. Damn it! We miss. We have our dreadnought. Come on, dreadnought. You need a 5. You need it. Rolls a 2. Damn it! So we lose. Oh, man. We don't have any hits. Sardakk have a damaged dreadnought. Rolls a 1. Wow. So no hits on either side. There's all kinds of space battles happening. Into the next round of combat. Nobody is retreating. 2 dice hitting on 9+ for our carriers. Come on. A 7 and 1. Damn it. We miss again with the carriers. They're not very effective fighting units. Come on. Battleship 7. Our dreadnought rolled a 7. We have destroyed their dreadnought. Now, the issue is they get to hit us back. They got hit on a 4+. They roll a 7, so they do hit us once. So we have 1 for 1. And, oh man, they're gonna lose their dreadnought, obviously, for the 1 damage they have to take. I think we're also gonna lose our dreadnought because our carriers have units on them. And if we lose a carrier in space, you end up losing your units. All right, now we are into bombardment. While we can't bombard, we don't have a dreadnought left. It is gone, but we are going to dump all of our 4 ground forces now on the planet. So we're going to get into a ground force battle. And here's where things are somewhat even. We have 4 ground forces. They have 2. Our ground forces hit on a 7+, and so do theirs. So this is going to be pretty nasty. Of course, we have the odds in our favor. We have 4 infantry. They only have 2. Let's get into the dice rolling here in a second. Okay, our 4 crack troops hitting on 7+. Come on. And we roll an 8. a 6, a 4, and a 5. So we have 1 hit. No, we needed 2. All right. They have 2 infantry, also hitting on a 7+. They roll a 5 and 3. They get no hits at all. So they're going to lose 1 of their infantry. Right on. All right, we're squishing the bugs. We're squishing them into the next round of combat. Of course, they can't retreat. There's nowhere for them to go. Once again, we're going to be rolling 4 dice, hitting on a 7+, and we roll a 9 and 8. So we actually have 2 hits, which is overkill. So it's Starship Troopers here coming down, squishing the bugs. All right, now they have 1 infantry, hitting on a 7+, and they roll a 2, so they don't hit us at all. So that is fantastic. They are out of here. We have reclaimed the system, our ground troops. So we're sitting here now with 4 ground forces. So I will actually replace that with a token, and we have taken back Quann. And as you can see, there's a much fewer units now in the system. Wow, but we're going to take back that card. We're going to add it back to our tablet. All right, we stole back Quann, but unfortunately it's going to be face down because when you capture a planet, you get it face down. So that was a lot of nasty business going on there. I don't know. That cleared out a lot of units on the board, though. That was Federation of Sol taking our turn. Up next, going to be the Arbrick. And just before I forget, let us take a look at one of the cards that I almost forgot we had for the Federation of Sol. After you win a ground combat, you may place 1 infantry from your reinforcements on that planet. We are going to do that. So we're just going to take out of our reinforcements, we're just going to add another infantry to that planet. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 infantry sitting here. 2 damaged carriers. I have to remember they're damaged. They're a little hard to see flipped over. That's the right side up. That's upside down. All right. It's over to the Arbrick for their action. And the Arbrick are going to use the technology action, which basically they get to research 1 technology for free, so to speak, and they can spend 6 resources to research another one. The Sardakk and us get to spend a token from your strategy pool and 4 resources to research a technology. Pretty sure we're both going to be doing that. And so it's technology time. Let's go now over to the Arbrick and see which technologies they're going to be researching. And I'm kind of long shot here because they have decided which technologies they're going to research. This one here, they're going to research Destroyer 2. And they have anti-fighter barrage of 6. Means they have to roll a 6 or higher. And they get 3 dice. So 3 dice for anti-fighter barrage on their new destroyers. Cost of 1, move 2, combat 8. That replaces their old destroyer, which just had anti-fighter barrage 2 dice having to hit on a 9+. Now they get 3 dice hitting on a 6+. And the actual combat for the destroyer, instead of 9, is now 8. So that is a pretty beefed up destroyer. And the Arbrick have 2, 4, they have 5 destroyers on the board. Now they are going to spend 6 production. So 3, as I crash things around here, 3, move back 3. What was I going to do? 4, 5, and 6 to do a second technology. And they're going to take the Sarween tools. When 1 or more of your units use production, reduce the combined cost of the produced units by 1. All right, that's what they're doing for technology. And if we go clockwise, it will be Federation of Sol. Do we want to spend 4 resources for a technology? You bet we do. All right, so we're going to spend 1 production here from Grawl, and we're going to spend our 3 trade goods as production to do a technology. And of course, the technology we want to do is our own special Sol infantry, which has 2 green prerequisites, which we have. We've made sure we did this. It says, after this unit is destroyed, roll a die. If the result's 5 or greater, place a unit on this card. At the start of your next turn, place each unit that is on this card on a planet you control in your home system. So we have like super regenerative soldiers now hitting on a 6+ instead of a 7+. Boom, and that's good for us because that's our secret objective. Our secret objective, own 2 faction technologies. We now have our advanced carriers and our Spec Op 2 Sol infantry. We can now complete this in the status phase. All right, what are the Sardakk going to research? I'm sure they're going to do something. Let's find out. And of course, almost forgot. Yes, we need to spend a token from our strategy pool to take advantage of the secondary ability on the technology card, which I almost forgot. All right, over we go to the Sardakk Noir to see which technology they are going to research. All right, the Sardakk Noir, not to be outdone by the Human Federation of Soul. They're going to spend a token from their strategy pool. They're going to upgrade their Dreadnought, the Extreme Exotrireme 1 to the Exotrireme 2. They have 2 blue technology and a yellow already as a prerequisite. This unit cannot be destroyed by a direct hit. Okay. After a round of space combat, you may destroy this unit to destroy up to 2 ships in the system. Wow! So it has an extreme self-destruct. It can sustain damage. Bombardment rolls 2 dice, hitting on a 4+, cost of 4, combat 5, movement 2, capacity 1. Wow, that is absolutely brutal. So that's what they're doing. And for spending 4 resources, 1 for this planet, 3 for this one, and they have got their Dreadnought 2nd edition. Wow. All right, let's go to the main board and wrap up this episode. All right, and I'm wrapping up this episode for today, and I have, yes, a correction to make here. Earlier in the episode, when we had the space battles going on here, I inadvertently did 5 hits in this system from the Sardakk against Federation of Sol. Should have only been 4. So I destroyed 2 fighters and damaged the Dreadnought and the 2 carriers. So in effect, what would have happened is one of the carriers wouldn't have been damaged. But then later in the round of combat, I had a damaged Dreadnought, a damaged carrier. I thought I had 2 damaged carriers. We took another hit and I destroyed the Dreadnought. We lost a Dreadnought each. But what's going to happen instead is the other carrier would be damaged. So in a nutshell, what we have is a damaged Dreadnought of Federation of Sol still here because looking at the dice, it was a 6, not a 9. So that fixes that error. So I'm going to end off our episode here today because it's getting on to about 30 minutes. So thanks so much for watching along. And yeah, things are getting ugly. Up next, of course, we're just going to continue doing round 4 in turn order. The Sardakk Noir will be up first in the next episode. So I hope you're enjoying this. It is an extremely lengthy game. We have 4 victory points for Federation of Sol so far, on our way to 10. First one to 10 wins the game. If you reveal all the 10 objective cards, and you have to reveal an 11th, then the game immediately ends, and whoever has the most victory points wins. So this is Twilight Imperium 4th edition, and yeah, complete playthrough. I'm probably about a third of the way through. Lots more to come as my brain melts because of all the advanced technologies coming out, action cards, secret objectives, and things. So anyway, I hope I'm not making too many errors along the way. Check the comments, check the bubble notes, and we'll try and catch them. But anyway, there you have it. So thanks for your subscriptions, your comments, your likes. Really appreciate it. Join me next time for the continuation. Twilight Imperium 4th edition, 3-player game.